The Art of Letting Go, Stoic Lessons on Acceptance, Peace, and Inner Strength. Letting go. Two simple words. Yet behind them lies a universe of struggle, resistance, and ultimately transformation. How do you let go of something that has shaped your very identity? A relationship, a dream, an image of yourself you once believed in? In today's fast-paced, noisy world, we are taught to accumulate possessions, status, memories, even pain, but rarely are we taught how to release. The ancient Stoics, however, made the art of letting go central to their philosophy. They believed that peace comes not from control, but from acceptance. That strength is not about holding on, but about knowing what to release. In this video, we explore what it means to let go from a Stoic lens, and how that process can awaken a deeper sense of clarity, peace, and inner resilience. Let's begin this journey not with a step, but with a breath. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In those few words, he revealed a profound truth. The pain we experience when we lose something or someone often arises not from the loss itself, but from our resistance to it. The Stoics divided life into two spheres: what we can control and what we cannot. They advised us to focus our energy only on what lies within our control: our thoughts, our responses, our choices. Everything else, fortune, health, the actions of others, must be received with openness and acceptance. So what does letting go mean in this context? It means surrendering our grip on outcomes. It means accepting reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. And in that surrender, we find unexpected strength. Picture a tree in a storm. It bends but does not break. Its roots remain anchored in stillness, even as the wind howls. The Stoic is like that tree, grounded not in certainty, but in clarity. Letting go, then, is not weakness. It is wisdom. To love is to lose. The Stoics might have said, though not with sadness, but with grace. They taught us that everything we cherish is borrowed: our loved ones, our health, even our own lives. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." But he didn't mean this in despair. Rather, he saw grief and loss as part of the natural order. We are here for a brief moment. We arrive, we experience, and eventually we depart. Letting go is not about pushing feelings away. It's not about pretending we don't care. It's about making space for those emotions, honoring them, and then allowing them to move through us. Think of emotion like the tide. It comes, it goes, it always returns to stillness. The Stoics understood this. When we fear loss, we suffer twice, once in anticipation and again in reality. But if we meet each moment as it is, joyful or painful, we begin to flow with life, not against it. You may wonder, how do I let go of the past? The mistakes, the missed chances, the people who hurt you, or the ones you hurt? The Stoics would answer with a question of their own. Is the past within your control? And when the answer comes, no, they would gently remind you. Regret is a form of resistance. You cannot change what has happened, but you can change how you hold it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. The past, however painful, cannot steal this moment unless we let it. So instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "I should have known better," say, "Now I know better." The past is not a prison, it's a teacher. And letting go of it means graduating from its lessons, not forgetting them. There is a practice in Stoicism known as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. At first glance, it may sound grim. Why would anyone visualize loss or hardship ahead of time? But to the Stoics, this exercise was not about attracting negativity. It was about preparing the soul. By imagining life without the things we love, we loosen our grip on them. We stop assuming permanence. And in doing so, we come to appreciate them more deeply, without fear. Epictetus said, "Never say about anything, 'I have lost it,' but only 'I have given it back.' Your child, your spouse, your home, all are gifts lent to you by nature. Letting go, then, becomes an act of gratitude, an acknowledgement that you were lucky to hold them, even if just for a while." But what about letting go of identity? The idea of who you were supposed to be? The image you've carried in your mind of success, of worth, of how your life should look. This may be the hardest release of all. Because our ego, the part of us that clings to labels and expectations, will fight to the end to stay intact. It wants praise. It wants to feel important. It wants certainty. But the Stoic knows. All labels are temporary. All titles can vanish. What endures is character. What endures is virtue. Letting go of who you think you're supposed to be is what allows you to become who you actually are. And that's where true freedom begins. In a world that constantly screams, "Do more, be more, have more," the Stoic stands apart. The Stoic says, "Let go. Let go of the need to prove yourself. Let go of comparison. Let go of the endless chase. Because you already have what you need. Inner peace does not come from achievement. It comes from alignment, with nature, with reason, with your values." As Epictetus wrote, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." When you let go of outcomes, you reclaim your attention, you reclaim your energy, and most importantly, you reclaim yourself. Letting go is not a single act. It's a practice, a daily intention, just like meditation or gratitude or kindness. You might let go of resentment today and feel it return tomorrow. That's okay. Healing is not linear. Each time you release, even a little, you strengthen your inner peace. So try this. Each evening, as the day closes, ask yourself, what burden can I lay down tonight? Maybe it's an argument you replay in your mind. Maybe it's a fear about the future. Maybe it's guilt for something long past. Breathe it in, acknowledge it, and on the exhale, release it. Imagine placing it on the earth, giving it back to life. This is not denial. This is liberation. There's a powerful ritual in writing. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations was a private journal. He wrote not to impress, but to understand. So today, take a moment to write. Begin with this question. What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? Let the words come freely. Anger, fear, ambition, shame. And then write this. What would it feel like to let this go? Use your imagination to create freedom before you experience it. This is the Stoic way, practical, reflective, inward. Not just thinking about philosophy, but living it. In your breath, in your thoughts, in your quiet moments. When we look at the stars, we remember how small we are. Not in a diminished way, but in a sacred one. Our lives are short, our worries fleeting. The universe does not bend to our plans. And that's beautiful, because it means we don't have to carry so much. We don't have to control the whole story. We simply have to live it, moment by moment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, receive without pride, let go without attachment. This is the rhythm of the wise. Presence over possession. Grace over grasping. Stillness over struggle. One of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism is this. Nature never hurries, yet everything is accomplished. Just as water doesn't resist the shape of the rock, the wise soul doesn't resist the shape of the moment. Acceptance isn't passivity. It is the deepest form of strength. When something painful happens, the impulse may be to fight it, deny it, or escape it. But the Stoics invite us to turn inward, to say not why me, but how can I meet this with dignity? This is how letting go becomes an act of courage, not detachment out of fear, but surrender out of love for what is. In your journey, you will be asked to let go many times. To let go of people, places, beliefs, and identities. To release anger you've held for years. To forgive yourself for things you still regret. But every release opens space. Space for presence. Space for gratitude. Space for peace. Imagine your life like a garden. If you never clear the dead branches, the new flowers can't bloom. What we let go of, we make room for something wiser to grow in its place. And that growth, though often invisible at first, becomes the foundation of true inner strength. The path of the Stoic is not a denial of emotion. It is the integration of it. The Stoic feels grief, but is not consumed by it. The Stoic feels anger, but channels it wisely. The Stoic feels fear, but does not obey it. And in each experience, they ask, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, act with purpose. If the answer is no, release with grace. That question alone has the power to reshape your life. It turns anxiety into clarity. It turns resentment into understanding. And it turns chaos into calm. Sometimes the hardest things to let go of are the invisible ones. The stories we tell ourselves. I'm not good enough. It's too late for me. They'll never change. These thoughts are like chains, familiar but heavy. The Stoics teach us that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness behind them. And with practice, we can release even the deepest rooted beliefs. It begins with noticing, then questioning, then choosing something lighter, truer. Letting go of a story doesn't erase your past. It simply allows you to write a new chapter. As we near the end of this reflection, take a moment to sit with yourself. Breathe in slowly. Hold. And exhale. Let go of the need to understand everything right now. Let go of rushing. Let go of needing this moment to be anything more than it is. You are here. You are enough. And just as nature lets go of its leaves in autumn, you too are allowed to release what no longer serves you. You are not broken. You are becoming. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live." Letting go is the beginning of living. It is the unburdening of the soul. And in that spaciousness, we rediscover joy. Stillness. Freedom. Not because life is perfect, but because we've stopped demanding that it be. Thank you for walking this path today. May you continue to practice the art of letting go. May you face life with a calm heart, a clear mind, and the quiet strength of a Stoic soul. Until next time, stay mindful, stay grounded, and remember, you are not what you lose. You are what you become when you let it go.